Another classic arcade game. Join me in my home game room. I'm doing this special video to show you my TAITO Cabarets. I have every single cabaret that we know they made right here on display except for Space Invaders. There's also a couple Centauris over here, Phoenix and Eagle, the only two Centauris. And look at all these TAITOs. And these are the small cabaret cabinets. Isn't it something? A chance to see every one like this in one place and in beautiful condition. And let me turn over the overhead lights. See, what we do is our game room here is lit with two black lights. Then we have two fluorescent lights that show so we can work on them. So we're going to go over here and flip it. Thank you. Thank you. So this way you can see better. I have about 90 cabarets, dedicated cabarets. This is my collection. And the chance to see all of them lined up is, I guess, pretty rare. Look, I have them all on these casters, too. These are nylon casters, so they very easily slide when I have to get into the back and do adjustments and such. The one I want to show you today is Moon Shuttle. The reason I decided to pick this one out is in 1989, I filmed an upright Moon Shuttle in a new series I was going to make called Understanding Video Games. But I only made one episode, and that was of Moon Shuttle. I had a full-size machine, and I filmed that back then, hoping to show you all the secrets on how to play it. Actually, when I used to play these games pretty well. Actually, you know what we'll do? We're going to cut right to that original footage. It's not high def, and it's a regular 4x3 screen size. But I think you'll find it rather interesting, and then we'll return and show you the insides of Moon Shuttle. Here we go. TAITO's Moon Shuttle, released 1981. Control panel with a joystick that moves up and down and to the right, and one fire button. You had different waves of ships that were firing upon your ship on the far left, which you could move up and down, and then in between each wave you had to go through a curtain of meteorites here. At that time, your joystick could be moved to the right to accelerate your speed through the meteorite storm. We'll start a game. Here, none of the meteorites are moving. You get more points for hitting a larger meteorite than the smaller ones. But very, very slightly, the meteorites will shift. It makes it rather simple to get through. And to speed your approach, you can push your joystick to the right.
Good luck.
It has a few words of speech, too. I didn't hit much, so I only got a so-so score there. In this first wave, I always call these the Mickey Mouse ears. These spaceships with the orange Mickey Mouse ears on them will fire at you when the ears are perpendicular to your ship. And remember, I can only move up and down. I can't move in and out. They seem to fire completely at random. Now, notice this outside bank of meteorites is now moving much faster. There's actually two different groups. So I must try to anticipate which group is going to hit me and then accelerate through by pushing the thrust control. There's quite a delay in between scenes here. These
ships fire, when the ships turn sideways, you can see the wings appear. So you do have a bit of notice before a shot comes out at You don't actually have to finish a rack for you to go into the next scene. The same is true with these meteorites. If I were to crash here and I still had a ship left, it would let me continue with the next rack. Notice there's even more bands of meteorites moving. These are called electric jelly. When you hit them, the creatures get a little lightning bolt in them. Moon Shuttle did have one neat feature, which I just did. If you put a coin in while you're playing, you get additional men, extras in addition to the usual playing men. But you have to read the description card below the TV monitor to understand that. Notice now there are 3 bands of meteors that are moving. However, I won't, since I got blown up here, I will not have to go through the meteorite shower now. Now, the plasma jacks. As you can see, they split up. Now, all 5 are moving. No bonus for that. And now I'm back to the original Mickey Mouse ears. By the way, they are called Centrons. That's the official name on the instruction card. We're back to the advertising mode of the game. This particular piece of equipment has an exceptionally clean control panel. Notice that the original drawings and artwork is still intact, where this is a silk-screened paint job, unlike most overlays on the control panel that were made out of plastic that could be replaced. This game also has one other feature in this sequence with the meteorites that are moving. Occasionally a spaceship will be hidden in the meteorites. Should you strike the right meteorite, you'll hit the ship and get an additional spaceship for your credit. There were only a few other optional settings that you could do, and they were mainly bonus selection, where you could set the game to give you a free bonus ship at 15,000 or at 30,000, and of course how many ships per game that you got. TAITO's Moon Shuttle. Pretty neat, huh? Yes. And now I'm going to show you what's inside. I want to show you some of the construction of these games. Notice that some of them have the regular black door on the top and then a cash pan door below, and some don't. So in the case of this one, it just has a cash pan there, but in this one, it drops through into a separate pan. Now, because I have these casters on it, see how easy the game slides out? I already took the back door off. And what I do in pack of each machine, as you will see, I put
an extra board or two. These are original logic boards inside, a manual, and if there's any other things like another instruction card, I put that in there too. Now, what I've done is I put a brand new power supply. I replace power supplies in every single game because that is the weak link in any video game. A brand new state-of-the-art power supply to power my original board to make sure my board gets good quality voltage. You see, the old power supplies were what they call linear. And if one voltage went out, the other two voltages or three voltages would stay on. And they could possibly damage the board. The new power supplies, when they go out, and we're safe. So that's what I do. These are the wrapped up extra boards I have, just in case I need them down the road. While you're in here, I'll show you. Over here is the coin board. TAITO used this board to set different coin settings. So if you change the board, that has a D in it. That means it's 25 cents a play. But you could change the board and decide what you want to do. G07 Electro-Home monitor, new flyback, all new capacitors. So that's been pretty much bulletproofed. Pretty nice. It's all kind of nicely compacted. All of the games are about the same. Notice they're all identical. All the cabinets are completely identical to each other. Have you ever seen, all the way at the end, Zarzan? Polaris? How many can be left in the world? Frontline, the only one I've ever seen. I've never seen a Frontline in a cabaret. There's been a lot of crazy climbers, and this is a brand new control panel that somebody actually put in production. So I was able to upgrade it. Here's Colony 7. So many of these were converted. Now here's a really neat thing. Jungle King, and then because Tarzan was copyrighted and they got a little lawsuit, they changed it to Jungle Hunt. What are the chances of finding one of each? Quixes were around. This particular Quix is Quix 2. It's the tournament edition. I have a different board set in, but I have an original board set inside just in case. And of course we end with my moon shuttle. What you are not seeing is Space Invaders. The most common of the TAITO Cabarets. I have 3 of them at TNT. And I'm going to make one nice one and bring it in. Tammy, where am I going to fit it in? I don't know where. But anyway, I'm glad you joined me for a quick view of my home game room. I have a lot more of these cabaret videos, and maybe we'll do another video at some point. But in the meantime, I will bid you adieu.
Now get out! Bye. It's so nice. Now get out!